Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I'm your host, the Housecoat Gamer, and now you're going to see how I usually play STO without audio. I'll swap over to my fleet Akira. Now, yes, I do usually listen to something while I'm playing. But, yeah, I generally just turn off the audio. This is also in response to a comment from my last vid, in which case, well, you wanted to hear me talk. Here I am. So yeah. Let's start with the obvious. 1. I see they still haven't fixed that particular problem. We have seen the high-res models of the Freedom, Springfield, Niagara, and the Proto-Neb. I'm not sure what the 5th ship is going to be. Maybe it's going to be the Cheyenne class. I really hope it's the Cheyenne class. Because I want to play around with my T6 Stelly. Sue me. I have been wanting a T6 version of this ship for a very long time. I do believe we are owed. And hopefully, the 14th anniversary bundle gives us what we want. Now, as for certain starships, I don't believe the hood was at Wolf 359. Really, I don't. Because the USS Endeavour is pretty much confirmed to be at Wolf 359. In all ancillary media. Beta Canon pretty much confirms it. So, yeah. And as for another rather dumb comment from another viewer. Now, to be fair, he probably doesn't know exactly what's going on or Starfleet's policies. But let's get to it. Why would Starfleet have civilians aboard their ships going into a big battle? Well, maybe someone hadn't taken into account that maybe they had no choice. Maybe the ships were just coming back from on patrol. After all, they're in the deep core. What's there to worry about? Families can visit. A Galaxy-class starship is big, angry, and generally very, very tough. So of course they can handle it. But if you're in the deep core, it's okay. Civilians should be safe. After all, a Federation starship is more than capable of defending itself from anything that actually sneaks by the defenses. Like tiny pirates. All's well. And that finally brings us to why civilians were even aboard. Well, I suppose that doesn't bring us to civilians. It brings us to, well, why the Federation just wasn't prepared for this. Well, let's see. Look at the really obvious. They were allies with the Klingons, so that threat is gone and over with. The Romulans were content and quite happy to stay behind the Romulan neutral zone. They were Starfleet Intelligence's problem. not Starfleet, period. So, there goes that. The Cardassians are a joke. They always have been. And they were only really a threat after Wolf 359, where Starfleet lost how many people? 11,000? So yeah, we can blame Wolf 359 for literally everything that happened during DS9. I suppose that's what Emissary was supposed to tell you. Not only is it Cisco's problem, it's the Federation's problem. Wolf 359 screwed them up. Still, soon, and I say this very, very succinctly, we better be trying to get our hands, we better be getting our hands on these ships. I want to play with the 359ers. But yeah, that's why Starfleet was so complacent. Literally every threat was neutralized or a non-factor. They didn't see the Borg coming. At least until Q did his thing. And, well, Q is an asshole. Just gonna be blunt here. Q is an asshole. He did us a favor, and that was kind of the job. Being the cosmic teacher, trickster mentor, whatever you want to call it. Regardless, that's kind of why they got screwed. Also, that really does indicate why people from both 359 ended up in the Delta Quadrant. We never really did get to see the top of the cube in Best of Both Worlds. All we saw was two sides. Seriously. We all know how this ends. 39 starships, all destroyed. The only one that escapes is the Endeavor. But yeah. That's Wolf 359, Commentary Edition. And that ship really should not be here. After all, how could Captain Amazov make his comments? He'd never encountered the Borg. Housecoat Gaming, signing off.